Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today's project is a 2-minute microwave method Raglan t-shirt. Start by smoothing out as many wrinkles as you can, and for this one I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Because it has the red sleeves, I don't want to get dye in the red sleeves, so I'm going to mark out how large I want my spiral to be using a piece of kite string and a washable marker. As usual, I'm going to be using the microwave splatter guard and a hemostat, so I give the area in the center a little pinch, and then I click down the hemostat on the first click. It does not need to be overly tight. You don't want to tear a hole in your shirt. I give the hemostat a couple of twists, 2 or 3 twists, and then with my opposite hand, I'm creating the pleats and the spiral. Now I go as far as I can using the microwave splatter guard, and I'm going to spiral the entire shirt up. Once I get it all the way spiraled up and I can't go any farther using the splatter guard, I'm going to unclick the hemostat and gently wiggle it out while I hold down the center of the spiral. Now I'm going to simply secure the spiral by using rubber bands. And these rubber bands are my favorite rubber bands. They're the perfect size for this spiral. Now these are the neon ones, and I chose purple. I do have links for them down below in the description box, along with everything else that I use for tie-dye, so make sure you check that out. It makes it really easy for you to find the supplies that you need when you start tie-dyeing. To finish up tying up the spiral, I like to pull on all of the loose tails and tuck them into the nearest rubber band. That creates a nice tight spiral. That way when you have to pick it up, move it, flip it, whatever, it's not going to fall apart on you. Now that it's all spiraled up, I'm going to use the washable marker to mark out my pattern. I don't want to add the dye past that outer line that I just drew on. And for this one, I'm using really super old liquid dye. So old, for instance, that my fuchsia red has now crystallized in the bottle and does not want to come out of the needle tip. I don't recommend using old dye, but you can. It ends up being more of a pastel color. And it's just harder to work with, but I wanted to use it up, and this shirt originally was going to be something for the 4th of July, and I just didn't get around to it. So I don't have a lot of love for red sleeves on a shirt, so I'm just kind of experimenting here. So I'm using rainbow colors, and this is by no means a traditional rainbow. I just sort of picked up the dye bottles and then just squirted some on. Again, trying to stay within that perimeter that I just drew on. I want this shirt to be a white backed shirt, so I'm not going to be adding any dye to the back side of the shirt, only to the top. And this is going to go into the microwave, and usually you will see me place it down inside of the food container, like the Tulip 2-minute tie-dye kit container, but the shirt is too big for that. So I went to the kitchen and I found a glass pan. I don't know what you would use this for. It's kind of like a pizza pan. and I'm going to cover it with saran wrap, and I'm going to make sure that I cover it very well because you don't want to put dry material into the microwave, so I want it to stay damp. This is where the magic happens. So you want to use a 1000-watt microwave, and you want to microwave it for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And this time my rubber bands popped. So you want to make sure that you stay with the microwave during the entire process because you do not want it to catch on fire and you're off somewhere else, okay? Because that could happen. And then you want to let it cool down from anywhere from 15 to 60 minutes. And this shirt ended up sitting for a couple of hours because I was busy doing other things. And that's fine because the longer it sits, the more likely you're going to have dye bond with the natural fibers. For the rinse out, you want to start by using cold water to rinse away the soda ash, and then increase your water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. And when you're trying to protect white, it's really important that you get all of that soda ash out, because in the washing machine, if you have a bunch of soda ash in there, the dark colors can redeposit onto the light, creating a muddy mess. So from here, I take it to the washing machine, and I like to use Raglan, which is a professional textile detergent, in a hot water cycle. And then I like to do a final hot water cycle using Milsoft, which is a professional fabric softener. And I get both Raglan and Milsoft from Dharma Trading Company, and you will find the links for it down below in the description box. And then I put it in the dryer, and I'll iron it, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our 2-minute Raglan tee, and I think it turned out fantastic. What do you guys think? I just love this shirt. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the red sleeves because red is not one of my favorite colors, but I would actually wear this shirt because I think it looks that cool. I love the shape of the spiral. It's like some type of vortex out in the universe. I like the wispy tails of it. And leaving the back white created a nice effect. It just sort of breaks up the colors a little bit. And notice how white my shirt is. That's because I use professional textile detergent. I know a lot of people try to pump using Dawn to save money, but when we're already spending so much money on tie-dye supplies, why not just take that extra step and use professional products from start to finish? Now you can tell that the dye is old because the fuchsia red looks like a pastel pink. It should be much darker than that. So I do recommend using fresh dye, but you can use old dye, just expect some pastel colors. And had I batched it for the full 24 hours, who knows, it might have been a lot darker. So overall, I love this shirt. I think it's super cool. What do you guys think? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!